at Road America, races 11 and 12 of the Pirelli World Challenge Series. Beautiful track, high speed. KTM's perfectly suited for this track.
It's got a lot of neat aspects, got a lot of neat brake zones, got a lot of neat flowing corners, and you put it all together, it makes for a real fun lap.
You need to have time in the car here, especially with a new car. This car will do what you want it to at high speed within a certain limit. And once you exceed that limit, it all goes bad.
I really had my mindset on pushing the car, taking the momentum that we've had from Barber, just the understanding of driver and car, and you know, I just wanted to put that into play here while we were practicing. We finished our 4th practice session. We had 15 minutes to bring the cars in and prepare them for quali.
We went from scrubs yesterday, right into stickers, right into qualifying 15 minutes after practice. We had mechanical difficulty with the car. It's tough. You know, when all those things are going through your mind and you just need to get it done, sometimes you just can't. It's still respectable, you know, it's still in 12th place. It's purely the human element that restricted me from getting a better position.
I had it set for lap 1 and 2. It just didn't happen in 1 and 2. As a matter of fact, it didn't even happen in 3 and 4. It was just one of those progressions where I continue to learn, but I just couldn't put it all together for that one lap. Luckily for myself and the team, it was lap 5. We put it all together and we really came up with a good time. Coming in at P2, but ultimately Jade Buford was able to go out and better his time, so pushing me back into P3. That's a really good finish here with this group of guys. I'm real happy. Came in P2, and with 1 lap to go, I think someone snuck in front of me. I think Jade Buford actually took the pole, which bumped 1 and 2 down to 2nd and 3rd. So we start in P3 tomorrow, and that's a real accomplishment for myself and the team, so pretty excited.
I really wanted to be aggressive. I really wanted to make a pass on the start and start the momentum rolling.
Being inside on the 2nd row gave me a good view to the leader. We were able to go into 1, you know, right on Buford's tail. By the time we got into 3, we were single file. Coming out of 3, Brett Sandberg, I'm not sure what happened in his KTM, but I was able to get around him and jump into P2. After that, I was able to settle into a rhythm.
Everybody was really aggressive. You know, we were all bunched up. Interesting to see, you know, people really assert themselves. You know, there was a little bit of contact just to kind of straighten guys out. These guys that were over driving. When you anticipate that happening, you can kind of place yourself on the track where if they do make a mistake or spin, you don't get caught up in it.
The race was just full of battles. Man, I could rhyme off probably about 4 or 5 different cars that we had battles, you know, lap after lap after lap. We raced door to door, bumper to bumper. There was many times where I couldn't see the Lotus's rear bumper. I was that close to him, and there was other times where door to door, you know, he'd pull a pass. I would tighten up a little, you know, but at least give him room to get through.
On the restart, I didn't get a good start. I got checked up and couldn't get the throttle in time, and purely a rookie mistake. So I really put my head down, and in doing that, I was running Martin's lap times. He's doing an exceptional job, and I was actually catching the Maserati and the Sin car. Finished 9th today, and I'll start the race tomorrow in 7th place.
Ultimately, I think I was battling most with the Lotus. Ended up coming down into Canada corner. We kind of played around with who was going to take the inside and the outside, and ultimately Scott left me just enough room to get up the inside and outbrake his car. You know, ultimately that netted me P3 today. 2 podiums in a row. I ended up with a podium at Lime Rock a couple weeks ago, podium here at Road America. I'll be lining up at P2 tomorrow, and we'll see what that brings.
I felt really confident going into the race. Race 1 afforded me an opportunity to really figure out the setup of the car, what the car was like on used tires. I was steadfast in saying, I'm just going to dump the clutch. The car came out of the hole. It was like magic. lost 2 going into the first corner just to be safe. Just tried to settle in a little bit.
The Black Lotus, Delahite behind me, he got a good launch as well. Scott and I were battling basically for position. Came into 6 side by side. I figured we'd get through there too wide, and we tagged up, and it didn't do either one of us any good. Put both of us, I don't know, back into maybe 18 or 20. It left me to battle and fight my way up.
In this car, because it's so light and the brakes are so good, you can really outbrake guys. There's a lot of big boys there, and they're not going to give you a lot of room. And when you're on the gas and they're on the brakes, it's a different sensation because you're playing with disaster.
I'm going to say maybe 20 minutes in, I got an engineer on the radio, and he mentioned that I was sitting back up in P10. It was great battling, getting back through to there. I was making a pass. Another competitor down in Canada Corner got the turn into Apex, and his brakes locked up. He came and tagged me in the passenger rear. That kind of threw the car off a little bit. I had to finish the rest of that lap, run into the pits. At that point, I was now at the back of the pack. I understand I was about 5 seconds behind. I wasn't able to reel that 5 seconds in. As a matter of fact, I was just able to hang on to the car.
The racing here is unbelievable. There's some passes that I made that you shouldn't be able to make. The car just allows you to do so much. Coming in P5 today, it's a real thrill knowing who we're racing against here.
Today, to wrap it up, not the result we wanted in a P13, but that's racing. We'll get the car patched up, ready to go. We'll head to Mid-Ohio for a couple days of testing there before the next Pirelli World Challenge race.
I have a lot of confidence in my driving. I have a lot of confidence in the team, and I have a lot of confidence in the car. Once I have the course figured out, we'll be fast.